Alright, let's check out this Schniel preview.
You seek the throne? Come then, take your seat.
I like his voice.
It's time for me to get back to it. I've been putting off all this paperwork.
Oh boy, it's a damage dealer.
It seems there's nowhere
Oh
left to
boy,
go.
it's a soul weaver that does
Schniel, the
damage.
king of Lafundos, is a man who seems to have transcended the very concept of desire. Even though he was next in line to the throne since a young age, he was never interested in
117 base
authority,
speed is pretty
and
fast for a
instead
soul
devoted
weaver.
his time to come up with ways to improve the lives of the less fortunate. When he ascended the throne 3 years ago, his people would often refer to him as the king who knew how to look below, and were anticipating his evolution into the new sage king. But instead, he vanished, leaving behind his abdication letter simply stating, "I quit." And thus, Lafundos' royal court was thrown into absolute disarray.
That's a good one.
Schniel is a 5-star Earth Elemental Soul Weaver.
No team HP imprint, that's a shame. So I guess we don't really care about his imprint. Honestly, it's just his speed that's really good.
High effect resistance, and can increase his health further through his imprint concentration. Skill 2.
Increase max HP by 10%, free stats are always good. After an enemy uses the skill, when an ally is inflicted with venom or poison, dispels all debuffs from the caster and activates cleanse. Can only be activated once every 2 turns. And then enhances to -1. Dispels all debuffs from all allies and grants immunity for 1 turn before resetting the cooldowns of the caster. Okay. Wow. This is obviously an answer to DDR. Like, if DDR rips his S3 and a Venom lands, it's just cleansed. And then you get immunity. And he smacks you with his S3. That's kind of crazy. And this is a 1-turn cooldown, which means he'll be proccing it like every time DDR moves, unless DDR never presses his S2 or S3. That is kind of crazy.
I know a thing about poison.
This is looking like the
Increases
death of
max health by
DDR
10%.
already.
After an enemy uses a skill, when an ally is inflicted with poison or venom, dispels all debuffs from the caster and activates Cleanse. Can only be activated up to once every 1 turn. Cleanse dispels all debuffs from all
DDR
allies
rips
and
S3.
grants immunity for 1 turn,
And he
before
instantly
resetting skill
procs.
cooldowns of the caster.
He instantly procs. He's not like Blue Tywin where it needs to hit. He instantly procs on Venom. That's really good.
Skill 3. You may walk yourself out.
Attacks all enemies, increases defense of all allies for 2 turns. Defense buff is insane. Before increasing combat range of the caster by 35% up to 50. That's really good. CR boost is always really good. Successful attack inflicts 4,000 fixed damage. Fixed damage increases by 4,000 every time. Stacks up to 2 times, so it does 4,000, 8,000, and then 12,000. That is a lot of damage, and it gets reset every time DDR Venom something. That is kind of crazy. But also, it's once again a Soul Weaver that doesn't actually heal, but kind of kills you instead. And then he has like supplement cleansing, which is fine. It's a very aggressive meta. It's good. The fixed damage is also good against Ilinav, for sure. Defense buff is really good.
And increases defense of all allies for 2 turns, before increasing combat readiness of the caster by up to 50%. A successful attack inflicts 4,000 fixed damage. Increases fixed damage by 4,000 every time the skill is used, stacking up to 2 times.
Okay, that was a good chunk of damage.
Is this how you do it? Attacks the enemy and dispels 1 debuff from an ally.
Soulburn dispels 1 buff from all allies?
Dispels a debuff from all allies.
That's pretty nice.
Schniel's Artifact, homage to Tywin.
After an ally is attacked, when the damage suffered is equivalent to 25% or more max health, grants a barrier to the target for 2 turns, barriers equivalent to 20% of the caster's max health. This looks like Guardian Ice Crystal at home, but this condition is really hard. 25% or more of max HP, that's actually really hard in like this tank meta. So like if you have a 30k HP knight, they would have to take 7,500 damage for this to proc. And that's kind of hard. Yeah, this artifact doesn't look too good. I'd honestly just slam a healing artifact on him. I don't know. I would never use this. I think Soul
A
Weavers need to use a
luxurious,
healing
customized
artifact
pen that
typically.
once belonged to the former king Tarman.
Maybe you could do like
It was
some
mounted
cheeky
on a
anti-cleave
specially
with this,
designed
but I
display
don't
stand,
really see
but
it.
Schniel has been using it as his dedicated signing pen since taking the throne.
Yeah, I don't
After
really
an
see
ally
it.
is attacked,
I think
well, the
healing
damage
is just way
suffered is
better.
equivalent to 25% or more of max health, grants a barrier for 2 turns. Barrier strength is equivalent to up to 20%
Which is a
of the
good thing.
caster's max health.
I'm kind of sick of
Can
broken
only be
artifacts.
activated once per turn.
It's time for me to get back to it. I've been putting off all this paperwork.
The mischievous, playful king of Lafundos. Players will be able to meet Schniel through the drop rate up banner.
But wow, Death Dealer Ray is actually dead. Well, not dead. He can just never be early picked ever again.
The time for a joke. By King's decree.
Alright, let's see it.
And shut the door behind you.
Follow the light of truth. On behalf of the Creator, I will deliver judgment. The promises of this sphere.
They're showcasing both Illinev and DDR and A Tywin, who are all complete menaces.
This all runs its course. What will the damage be like?
Consider this an honor.
Okay. Full cleanse and to reset his cooldowns, that's huge. Full cleanse, immunity buff, and reset his cooldowns, that is pretty huge.
Raise your sword for me.
I vow to be your companion. Like I promised. I'll stand by your side until death do us part.
Now, let's use our
Alright, let's see this 8,000 damage S3 now.
Come then. Take your seat.
Okay, that's pretty nice.
You really have no tact. You don't realize? I've got you in the palm of my hand.
Miserable creature. I will show you grace
Man, everything is dead.
by granting you death.
Then he procs again for fun. He finishes DDR with his 12,000 damage.
It's time for me to get back to it. I've been putting off all this paperwork.
Yeah, okay, safe to say, early pick Death Dealer Ray is completely dead. So, he's now relegated to being a last pick against very high HP teams as like a super injury unit. And then the other person will pick Schniel, and then you're gonna trade bans for your last pick, basically. Like, they pick 4 tanks, you slam DDR last pick, they pick Schniel, and then you just trade bans. Death Dealer Ray will never see gameplay again in RTA, I think. Which is pretty sad, but this is just a testament to how strong DDR is. Like, you fail to counter him with so many units, like Emo Sharon, that you have to literally make a unit that is designed to counter everything about DDR. That's just a testament to how strong he was, and wow, that's I don't really like it personally. I think this is a cheap way to get rid of DDR from the meta, but oh well. The trend is typically to just unexist units from the meta by making units that make them unpickable. So yeah, Schniel is 100% a must pull for RTA players because you want to be able to pick him into any DDR menace. But yeah, good unit, good unit. I'm glad he at least has purpose and his artifact is not whale. So yeah, that's nice. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.